Alright, we're loading XP for the first time here. I should have mentioned in the other video that XP takes a little while to install, but not as long as it says. It can say it takes like 34 minutes, and it says that as a standard for the 34 minutes, but it usually only takes like 10 or 15. So, and the other thing you'll notice is that XP always loads slower on a virtual machine than it should in real life. Alright. VMware Tools is a kind of utility package from VMware that installs on the virtual machine and installs drivers to make the machine function better. You technically don't need it, but it's helpful. So it's going to it installed those, and now it's going to restart again. And a couple things I'll go over while this is changing. The keyboard shortcuts. My mouse is right now locked into this. If I want to get it out, I have to hit Control-Alt, and now it's out again. Once there are two mouse pointers, I can just switch back and forth automatically. But in the first stages of boot, I hit Control-G to enter, or click on the screen, and Control-Alt to get out. Alright. So, now that you've got your virtual machine loaded, if you ever play around, make sure that you do not turn on shared files. If you don't see that, that's fine, because you don't want your malware skipping to shared files on the host and the virtual machine. That's important. You also want to make sure that you don't let it connect to external hard drives. Don't right-click on an external hard drive and connect. Alright, what's the display settings on this? I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Whoops. Too big. 800 by 600 is technically a good size. I'm going to resize my gonna pause the video and resize my machine boundary, my recording boundaries, so we can see that. Alright, that's good. Now, the first thing you'll see once you load your virtual machine, it's going to pop up, it's going to say 30 days left for activation. So, let's activate Windows. Make sure that you're connected to the internet. But to check that, right-click on the network button and click Connect. If it's not connected, it will have Connect. If it's connected, you can disconnect. So go ahead and register. Skip. I'm not going to do that right now. So if it was successful, it will load everything, and that will go away. It will tell you you're successfully activated. Now, Internet Explorer is going to be the Start menu. And now that everything's installed, what you're going to want to do is go up here, click VM, go under Snapshot, and take Snapshot. This is important. This is your clean, no virus snapshot. So I'm going to name this Clean, no antivirus. That way I know what it is, and it's in the basic state and I'm going to save that. So it's going to save the virtual machine to clean no antivirus. So, once you've got your virtual machine up and running, you're free to go and get some malware. I get this question asked to me a lot on YouTube. Where do I get malware I want to test? So I figured I might as well tell you in this video. Go to malware. Make sure that your mouse is in the virtual machine, otherwise it won't work. Go to malware database.com. Oops. Go to malwaredomainlist.com. Getting things confused. Alright. And then you're going to go to recent updates. And right here you'll see a bunch of links. They're updated and they're updated frequently, and you'll be able to click a link. Well, not click. Copy, paste, and run. So we'll just install this. So this thing is aware of virtual machines, which is interesting. I haven't seen that before. And it won't let you run it because I guess it doesn't want you experimenting with it unless it's actually on your machine. Yeah. But most malware works, and feel free to play around. You can do anything you want. And when you're done, go to VM, go to Snapshot, go to Clean No Antivirus, click Yes. If you don't want to see a hint, check Never Show this hint again. And here we go. It says Restoring State. And it will pop back up right in the state you saved it. No malware, perfectly clean. Alright, so just take care. You're going to want to take into consideration that there is certain malware that can jump from a virtual machine to a host machine. Now, in this case, you're going to want to have good protection on your host machine. Now, that doesn't mean an antivirus. That means a HIPS module, like Online Armor or Komodo, that is actually going to be watching all your processes. So if anything new shows up, it's going to question you. So if something jumps and tries to change your boot process or whatever on your actual host machine, then you're going to want to have your HIPS to ask you whether you want to allow something changed. You're also going to want a good firewall for something that does network spreading. And also, if you're doing it over a router, you want to make sure that you have a router firewall on and that no other computers are on in the house, because you don't want to spread it to anybody else. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.